So back to the Emerald Tablets. Introduction to the original. In the following pages, I will reveal some of the mysteries which as yet have only been touched upon lightly, either by myself or other teachers of students of truth. Man's search for understanding of the laws which relegate his life has been unending. You ain't doing nothing new. I ain't doing nothing new. We just got new tools, new words. Yet, always just beyond the veil which shields the higher planes from material man's vision, the truth has existed, ready to be assimilated by those who enlarge their vision by turning inward, not outward, in their search. So it says that the search has been unending. People have been looking for truth. People have been trying to understand the laws that govern and regulate the existence on the physical plane for a long time. But most people are searching like we've been searching outwardly. So the search has continued. But there is a formula of enlarging your vision, turning inward, and just beyond the veil, truth lies. In the silence of material senses lies the key to the unveiling of wisdom. Sound like meditation. As I silence my senses, what I can see, what I can feel, what I can think, what I can hear, what I can taste, what I can smell, I can tap into a higher, hidden substance within myself that I've often been distracted to. He who talks does not know. He who knows does not talk. You'll learn. The more that you learn in truth, the less that you say. The more you think you know, the more you think you got figured out, the wiser you think you are, the more you present your ideas and your past experiences as something beneficial for other people. The more you think that there are things that you can say that will change what people do, the way they act and the way that they think. But as you come into understanding of true knowledge, and you know words do not teach, they only stimulate thought, and it is the teacher within the other that must supply the lesson for them to apply to their life in order for any change to be facilitated. Your words won't do it. And as you grow in the awareness of truths as such, you find yourself saying less. Not because you don't like people, not because you've grown hateful or bitter or resentful, or you want to see people learn it the way you had to learn it. You just know that you can't force them to see it before they're ready. And oftentimes people are announcing that they are ready to see things that they are totally unavailable for. The highest knowledge is unutterable. The highest knowledge can't even be put in words. There is no language for the greatest mysteries and revelations that you will encounter in truth. For it exists as an entity in lanes which transcend all material words or symbols. All symbols are but keys to doors leading to truths. All symbols are but keys to doors leading to truths. And many times the door is not opened because the key seems so great that the things which are beyond it are not visible. Hold on. All symbols are but keys to doors leading to truths. Jesus said that he was the way. He said that he was the door. Jesus was a metaphysical symbol that led to a truth. But many times the door is not opened because the key seems so great that the things which are beyond it are not visible. Jesus was the key. But we got so caught up arguing over what color the key was, what language the key spoke, who the key saved, and who the key would reject, that the door, the truth that the key was designed to open, has never been opened because we're so enamored with the symbol, the key. Oh man. It's not about putting the key down, it's about putting the key in. It's not about putting Krishna down, it's about putting Krishna in. It's not about putting Buddha down, it's about putting Buddha in. It's not about putting Jesus down, it's about putting Jesus in. Let the symbol unlock the truth. The truth is universal. The symbol, the key is universal. Krishna, Jesus, these characters never rejected anyone. Those who spoke on behalf of these characters did that out of ignorance. If we can understand that all keys, all material symbols are manifestations, are but extensions of a great law and truth, we will begin to develop the vision which will enable us to penetrate beyond the veil. So we must understand that all keys, all symbols are manifestations. They are extensions of a great law and a great truth that is not material, but is spiritual and eternal. Just by us understanding this, we are enabled to penetrate beyond the veil. We are given the capacity to see the truth that has always lied outside of our realm of sight. All things in all universes move according to law, and the law which regulates the movement of the planets is no more immutable than the law which regulates the material expressions of man. The law that regulates the movement of the planets is no more immutable than the law which regulates the material expressions of man. So we're being told there that the laws of the universe can shift. One of the greatest of all the cosmic laws is that which is responsible for the formation of man as a material being. The great aim of the mystery schools of all ages has been to reveal the workings of the law which connects man, the material, and man, the spiritual. The connecting link between the material man and the spiritual man is the intellectual man, for the mind partakes of both the material and immaterial qualities. The aspirant for higher knowledge must develop the intellectual side of his nature, and so strengthen his will that is able to concentrate all powers of his being on and in the plane he desires. The great search for light, life, and love only begins on the material plane. Can you say you've been looking for anything else other than light, life, and love? And the crazy thing is light, life, and love is you. And you being ignorant to being light, life, and love has kept you searching from a dark state for light, life, and love. Talk about irony. Carried to its ultimate, its final goal is complete oneness with universal consciousness. The foundation in the material is the first step. Then comes the higher goal of spiritual attainment. So it is very natural for us to crave light, life, and love on the material plane. But the craving for light, life, and love on the material plane develops into a appetite for complete oneness with universal consciousness. And now what we once wanted as an individual, we want to experience not only for ourselves, but amongst the collective. We want to extend to the collective light, life, and love. Universal oneness and completeness. The foundation in the material is the first step, then comes the higher goal of spiritual attainment. In the following pages, I will give an interpretation of the Emerald Tablets and their secret, hidden, and esoteric meanings. Concealed in the words of Thoth are many meanings that do not appear on the surface. Light of knowledge brought to bear upon the tablets will open many new fields of thought. Read and be wise, but only if the light of your own consciousness awakens the deep-seated understanding, which is an inherent quality of the soul, in the threefold light. The Emerald Tablets, the history of Thoth the Atlantean. I, Thoth the Atlantean, master of mysteries, keeper of records, mighty king, magician, living from generation to generation, being about to pass into the halls of Amenti, set down for the guidance of those that are to come after. These records of the mighty wisdom of great Atlantis. In the city of Kiora, on the island of Undi, in a time far past, I began this incarnation, not as the little men of the present age did. The mighty men, the mighty ones of Atlantis, live and die. 100 times 10 have I descended the dark way that led into light, and as many times have I ascended from the darkness into the light, my strength and power renewed. So the descension into the dark leads to the light. For as many times as Thoth is said to have descended into the darkness, he says that he has ascended into the light, and his strength and power has been renewed. You may have reduced life down to one trip to Earth in a flesh suit that is over in 60, 70, 80, 100 years or less. But the descension into the dark is to be led into light. Now for a time I descend, and the men of Kim shall know me no more. But in a time yet unborn will I rise again, mighty and potent, requiring an accounting of those left behind me. Requiring an accounting of those left behind me. I was here. I left. I'm holding you accountable. I'm coming back, and I'm going to judge you. Then beware, O men of Kim, if ye have falsely betrayed my teachings, for I shall cast ye down from your high estate into the darkness of the caves from whence ye came. Betray not my secrets to the men of the north or the men of the south, lest my curse fall upon thee. Remember and heed my words, for surely will I return again and require of thee that which ye guard. 8. Even from beyond time and from beyond death will I return, rewarding or punishing as ye have requited your trust. Great were my people in the ancient days, great beyond the conception of the little people now around me, knowing the wisdom of old, seeking far within the heart of infinite knowledge that belonged to earth's youth. Wise were we with the wisdom of the children of light who dwelt among us. Strong were we with the power drawn from the eternal fire. And of all these, greatest among the children of men was my father, Fatmi. It's a funny name, Fatmi. translates well to 2024. Keeper of the great temple. Link between the children of light who dwelt within the temple and the races of men who inhabited the 10 islands. Mouthpiece after the 3 of the dweller of Unal, speaking to the kings with the voice that must be obeyed. Right out the gate, this language, the only thing comparable to the language of the Emerald Tablets is the language of the Quran and the Bhagavad Gita and the Holy Bible. Religious texts definitely all have resemblance, all fit the tone of the Emerald Tablets that precede all of those texts.